Yo, what up, though? It's your boy DeMar Green coming at you with a video in regards to the NBA Finals, man. Uh, Miami got a game, which is which everybody expected. Everybody expected Miami to get a game. Jimmy Butler had a 40-point triple double, very impressive, and got the dub. So kudos to Jimmy Butler, man. That's a warrior for you. Let me tell y'all something, man. Can Miami do it? Yes, they can. The reason why I'm not even gonna say everybody. The reason why I think it's not gonna happen is because they lack. Not only do they lack the experience, with the exception of a few players like Goran Dragic and Jimmy Butler, and the playoff experience and whatnot. They done been there before, but they lack the size, man. They lack the size. And I always been a fan of the big man, right? Me and my stepfather was having this interesting conversation about the big man and how it's such a lost start in today's game. And he was just saying basically, like, he used the Houston series with the Lakers, for example, and they just and basically just said, like, look, we beat y'all or whatever. Like, we're just bigger than y'all, we just stronger than y'all. Which I agree. And he also said that, Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee were pretty much limited in that series. And I could understand where he was coming from, because, like, centers like that, he basically said centers like that, they can't keep up with the skill that's in the league or that's coming into the league now. And I get that. You know what I mean? But I mean, and to my point, and he also came around to my point, and and basically just backed me up a little bit on what I was saying. Like, I still think that you need to have size, and you need to. I feel like teams should be built in regards to the NBA playoffs, because when the NBA playoffs come, same thing with football in the running game. Like, everybody love to, like, see these quarterbacks put up these big numbers and all these touchdown passes, and oh yeah, he doing this for my fantasy team. I get it. I got Josh Allen on my fantasy team, lighting shit up, right? But at the end of the day, you want to be in those meaningful November, December games. And, when it start getting cold out, you know what I mean? If you ain't a squad that's playing in the dome, you're going to be dealing with some weather that you really don't care for, or care to be in when you win those type of games. When you win those type of meaningful games, man, that's why you got to run the ball. You know what I mean? That's why they say the game is won in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I get that. And going back to basketball, when the playoffs start, ain't no more of that, running and gunning. You got to slow the tempo up, because that's what teams going to try to do. They're going to slow the tempo up, and they're going to try to big boy you. You know what I mean? It's big boy basketball. It's with the Eastern Conference, pretty much. The Western Conference is going to try to run and gun you. If anything, which is a great point that my stepfather brought up yesterday, he also said that Mike D'Antoni, if he wanted to take his philosophy and do the small ball thing, if any team, he should do it with Portland, which was a great point. Great point. Great point. Nurkic can move. He can move a lot better than JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Joker. He can get up and down the floor. I agree with that. If you wanted to take that philosophy to a team, I would take it to Denver. But, I mean, not Denver, Portland. But it seems like Portland and they're not going to move on from Terry Stotts. But, yeah, man, when the playoffs come, they're going to try to, they're going to slow the tempo down. And they're going to try to they're going to try to throw it to their center and let them do work. Another thing, I like what Jalen Rose said. You got centers with skill, and you got centers with will. I totally agree with that. And that's why I'm a Piston fan. And even though there was some controversy about Andre Drummond, some people liked him, some people didn't. I was one of the ones that liked him, because you can low-key kind of run the offense through him, and you can throw it down to him on the block. And yeah, his post game is limited, but he can still get you a good 20-20. You know what I'm saying? 20 points, 20 rebounds. He can still do that for you. I just think personally, I just think that Andre Drummond was in a bad position. If he went somewhere like Dallas or Boston, where they're, again, undersized, but they got ball handlers. Like if he went to Boston and with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, he would flourish because you're not really dependent on Drummond to get you 20 points. You know, he can just get 20. You know, he's not a or a 1A type player. You know what I mean? He a guy that, you know, can get you a couple blocks, couple steals. He got a handle. You know what I mean? He could bring the ball up the floor. You don't want him to bring the ball up the floor, but he could. Like, I see it in Andre Drummond. I don't watch him a lot. And sure, he done had his moments where he might have come off as lazy or whatnot, but I mean, I just think that they should have kept him and, you know, got better talent around him. There's pieces here, but I think they could have did a way better job with Andre Drummond. Because I deeply believe he's going to go somewhere else and flourish. Like if he went to a playoff team, a contending team, where he doesn't have to be an option, where he can pretty much just play the Dwight Howard role, just block shots, rebound, defend, I think he'd be all right, man. I think he'd be all right. I think he will be all right. So, yeah, man, that was just, you know, it was just some things that I wanted to get off my chest, man. I think that the big man is a lost art in this game. And, you know, I think it's time to come back, man. I think it's time for the big man to come back. You know? So, y'all let me know what y'all think. What do y'all think about what I said? I'm sorry if I sound a little bit confusing and whatnot. But that's just my opinion, man. At the end of the day, I feel like the big man needs to be a little bit more, you know, sitting around today's game, man. I still think there's a use for the big man. I think that, you know, you don't just abandon it and go small like Houston. You're not going to win like that. You ain't going to win like that. You're just not. Not in the playoffs. Not when the game slows down. During the regular season, yeah, go ahead, run and gun. But when it slows down, when the tempo slows down, ain't going to be none of that, man. They're going to throw it on the block and they're going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think below, man. 2020 NBA Finals, man. Y'all let me know who y'all got in the series. LA, Miami. Let me know what y'all think, man. Thank y'all for watching.